Welcome into the channel, everyone. This is Michael Tharp, EDU. It starts with you. Today, I'm going to give you guys the best compensation plan video when it comes to Texit and what we are doing, which is absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not going to try to hype this up. I'm not going to try to tell you you're going to make this much or do this or do that. All I can tell you is I've made over $10,000 in my first month, and I've seen normal, everyday people be able to do the same thing. So we're going to break it down simple, step by step, so that you can easily understand it, put away the distractions, pay attention, and we'll be done in no time. Now, it's called the Supernova Rapid Rewards Compensation Plan. We also call this the Blue Collar Comp Plan because the average ordinary person can do it and understand it very easily. So our goal is to help as many people earn $3,000 a week by sharing Texit, growing our community, which allows us to buy more miners and get more mining power to decentralize and create, other income streams for the company, and then to also spread Texit even further. So here's the plan. When you get 3 points on your left, 3 points on your right, that equals $1,000. 6 points on your left, 6 points on your right, 2,000. 9 points on your left, 9 points on your right, 3,000. And I'm going to show you guys visuals to break this down if you don't understand what I mean by points or your left or your right, all right? So we count all new points from both legs to infinity each week, no matter who brings them in, whether it's you or somebody you brought in. You get credit for all the activity under you, regardless of depth. Each purchased seat or miner, or we also call it hash power, 100 hash power, counts for a point. If you enroll a miner that buys a 3-pack, that's 3 points. If you enroll a miner that buys a 9-pack, that's 9 points. If anyone on your team brings in a new person or a seat and they buy a miner, that's a point for you and a point for them. Now, we stop counting at 9. So even if your team brings in 400 new points in a week, we cap the count at 9 per leg. This protects the sustainability of our system. So we don't have people here making $100,000 a month like other companies might, right? We cap it at $3,000 a week, $12,000 a month. Now, unpaid points up to 9 per leg roll over forever until they are paid. So your points will never leave, will never vanish, will never flush unless you are paid on them. You never lose points unless they are cashed out. When we start and you get your business, your Texit miner, you're building and helping build both legs. But typically what happens is there's what's called a power leg, where the people above you are adding people below you, and then that allows you to get more points. You may only need to build the other side, which we call your pay leg. You want to keep them equaled out or balanced. All right, now before we get into the next section, I want to give you guys some good visuals so you understand how this works, okay? So let's say this is your sponsor, the person that tells you about Texit. You buy a miner, right? You are going to be placed on their right leg, and let's say this is their power leg, okay? And maybe, you're busy, you don't understand how this works, right? But your sponsor just keeps building, and they're bringing in people and miners all the time on their power leg, right? So they're bringing in all these people, and now you log in and you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points on your right, but you have none on your left. Okay, so this is your power leg, and you will probably have lots of points there all the time. You're supposed to build your pay leg. So let's say you just bring in one person. You bring in Max. All right, Max brings in 2 people. Max brings in Chad and Frank. Okay, now even though you have only brought in one person, you just earned $1,000, right? Jen, Matt, and Doug are 3 points. Max, Chad, and Frank are also 3 points. Even though you only brought in one person, as long as you bring in one person, you can earn $1,000. For every one person you bring in, it allows you to earn $1,000. We'll get into that here in a minute. So let's say the weekends, and just so you guys know, the weekends, our pay week ends Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then we get paid out Wednesday right around 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard. Okay? So let's say you get paid your $1,000. Now, Max, Chad, and Frank will still be there adding new people in, but those points will be gone because you got paid on them. Now, if these guys didn't come in, this could keep going down to 500, and you would still have 500 points on your right until you start bringing some people in to get your 3 points on your left, right? Now, let's say, you bring one more person in. You bring in Noah, and you put him on your left, right? And then, Noah brings in Brock, and Ian comes in. Let's say your sponsor put Ian's here, right? And these 3 were paid last week, so you need one more. Let's say Greg comes in. Well, now these 3 points will be used for the next week, and these 3 points will be used for the next week, and you'll earn another $1,000. So it's pretty simple once you kind of get to understand how it works, and everyone's working together, right? And this could keep going for 100, 1,000 people, and anyone under here that any of these people bring in, maybe Ricardo is a big builder and he brings in Joe and Sue and Mo, you're getting those points on your right still, okay? And anyone they bring in, you're getting their points. Same thing over here. Maybe Frank is a master network marketer and he brings over 100 people. All those people he bring in are going to count for points on your left side. Oh, one more thing I want to mention is if people buy miners in the future, that counts as points as well. Let's say Max joins, he only buys one miner, but as he's earning more commissions, he decides to buy another 3-pack. That's 3 more points on your left. And same for anyone else. If they buy more miners, it's also going to count as a point for you going towards your 3 on the left, 3 on the right, earning you $1,000. All right, now here's what I did not know when I joined. I now understand it, and I'm going to make sure you guys do as well. Now again, this sounds bad, but in the end, it's good because it gives us long-term sustainability. They cap each leg at 9 points per week. So if you have 7 points and you bring in a 3-pack, that's still going to be 9, not 10, right? And then they do what's called flush, or they go away. So if you do make $3,000 a week, one of the weeks, let's say you even had 50 points on your right and 100 on your left, when you hit 3,000, all of those points are going to go away, and you're going to start over with 0 at the beginning of the week. But your team is now so big, you don't have to worry about it that much. So let's take a little deeper dive and make sure you guys understand cash potential. It's the total amount of cash commissions you have the potential to earn based on your personal sponsorships. And each person you bring in allows you to earn $1,000. So each purchase seat you personally sponsor is worth a point. So if somebody buys a 3-pack, you can earn up to $3,000. They buy a 9-pack, you can earn up to $9,000. Bonus seats from promotions do not count. So every point you personally create is worth $1,000 in cash potential. If you personally sponsor someone who buys a 3-pack, you earn 3. That 3 points allows you to earn up to $3,000. So once you are paid that, it's going to bring down your cash potential. So if you brought in 6 people, your cash potential is $6,000. If one week you get paid $1,000, now your cash potential is $5,000. If the next week you earn $2,000, your cash potential is now $3,000. So you want to bring, as long as you're bringing in at least 3 personals a week, you're going to be completely fine. So the point here is there's no free rides. So they had some people at the beginning who they brought in 1 or 2 people, and then their team just grew and they were making $3,000 a week. They didn't do anything. They didn't help the community. They didn't do Zooms. They didn't reach out to anybody. So we don't want to have, lazy people, taking free rides, because we want to have the compensation, the reward, going to people who are spreading the message and helping us grow the Texit community. So let's look at some specific examples to make sure you guys understand the cash potential. So again, this is you. You've only brought in 1 person. That means your cash potential is $1,000. You make your $1,000 your first week, and you only brought in 1 person. And then let's say 3 more people come in on your left. Now, you don't have the cash potential to get paid. You have over 3 here, you have 3 here, but the cash potential is not there. So you're going to get hash power instead. So rather than getting paid $1,000, you would basically get a free miner or 100 more hash. So your points or your tokens and rewards would essentially double from what you were getting. And now you could keep doing that. I wouldn't recommend it, But right, if that keeps happening, you could still keep earning your hash power. But what you want to do is add another person, right? And then as that grows, now your cash potential is what? $2,000 because you've brought in Max and you've brought in Noah, right? So you don't have to have people on certain legs or whatever, or be at a certain rank. So you might never put anybody on your power leg and you would just always have points there. And then as you add people on your pay leg, your cash potential increases. If you don't, then you'll get your hash power. So I know I want to become a Texit Ranger. I know many of you do as well. It's a very special privilege to become one. So really, it's kind of up to the Texit community. So what they want to see is people who are, doing Zooms, doing lives, helping their team grow, doing three-way calls, creating content, posting about it, excited about it. Right now, I believe there's only around 27 Texit Rangers. Bobby has said he wants to have close to 2,000. There's not a specific number for how many people you need to bring in. I know the person who qualified with the least had 14, but that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. If you get a certain number, you get in. Basically, you need to, get to a certain number, be nominated by a current Texit Ranger, and then get accepted, and now you're a Texit Ranger. Now, when that happens, you don't have to worry about cash potential anymore because you're really just focused on growing your team, not necessarily getting, individual people. But you would still need your points there. You would still need 9 on your left and 9 on your right from somewhere on your team, not your cash potential, and you'll earn that $3,000 a week as a Texit Ranger. And so now I want to show you guys what it looks like in the back office and explain these two numbers to you because I didn't know what they meant for the longest time. So obviously this is your left team, this is your right team. Whatever is on the left, we see mine says 0 and 0, that's what you started with at the beginning of the week. So I earned $3,000 last week. So even though I had extra points on my right and my left, because I earned that 3,000, they all go away. So I started my week at 0 and 0. All right. So now this week I have 4 on my left that my team has brought in. And actually we just signed up a 5-pack. It's got to go through. So pretty soon this will be 9. On my right, there's 6 people. So obviously I want to get at least 3 more people on my right to hit 9 on my right to hit that $3,000. And then that 5 has already come in. I'll have 9 on my left. I need 3 more on my right. Okay. You can see Stephanie has never put a person in, right? So she started the week with 9 and 4 more have been added this week, being similar to mine. Okay. So she has 15 points on her left, 0 on her right. Tyler has 1 on his left, or he started the week with 1 carryover and he has added 0. His team had added 0 on the left. On the right, he started the week with 9 and 6 on the right has been added, which is why this 6 and this 6 is the same. So Tyler has 15 points on his right and 1 on his left, and he's already been paid a little bit of money. So he's had some people go away because he got paid on them. Now, you guys will find your cash potential by going to your profile. So let me show you guys that really quick. Okay, so you guys can see my cash potential right now is 13,000. My hash power is 500, even though I've only brought 1 miner. So the cash potential, I've earned 10,000. So this week I'm good. I've already have an extra 3 people, so I'll make 13 or another 3 grand this week, assuming my numbers hit 9 left and 9 right. Now come next week, if I want to get 3,000, I need to add 3 more personals that would boost my cash potential to 16,000. So I want to make sure you guys grasp all the ways we can profit from this. Number 1, you buy a miner, you don't tell a soul, you get those tokens every day. We have the 1-2 free sponsorship bonus. You just tell 3 people about this within your first 30 days. You get 2 free miners or 100 hash for every 3 people you bring in. So you bring in 3 people, 2 free miners. You bring in 3 more, 2 free miners. Now, also, if you missed your 30-day deadline, which I did in my first month because I was busy with other stuff, once you do that, you bring in 3 miners within 30 days, they reinstate that 1-2 free. Bobby did say on the Zoom that they're still kind of working that out because I don't think mine is kicked back in. So reach out to support if that is an issue. Then Not only are you getting your tokens and the 1-2 free, you're also getting your compensation plan that we just talked about with the cash potential and the Supernova Rapid Rewards compensation plan. So you essentially have 3 ways that you can earn here when it comes to getting the tokens, earning hash power, which increases your tokens, and then getting paid your USDC cash, $3,000 a week, maxing out. So I hope that made sense to you guys and you can easily understand it. But in the end, guys, even if you're still wondering and have questions, the main thing is focus on growing your team, helping and supporting the community, and good things will happen to you. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Lace up. We are wealthy. Peace.